and
Dustin Hensley.
Coming to you live from the Springfield Prime Terminal. That's it. We are live. I know it's been forever since I've done a live video. I'm back, baby. That's it. So, man, all right. We've only got a few people in here now. I know we're starting a few minutes early. So right now we're just wanting to get in the room, do a quick mic check. There we go. I guess the mic's working. There we go. Got to turn that down. Can anybody else hear me? Please throw in a comment there. I got to put on my old man glasses here to see. But yeah, can anybody else hear me? See, Kevin says, hey, I got to work in a few. Is this going to be posted on your channel after? Yes, it is. It does take a while for it to get posted, but yes, definitely. All right. Where's my live chat? Where's the live chat? Bear with me here. That's why I started a little early.
I can see it up there.
I know. So why can't I see it here? Where's the chat? Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right. Hey, Kellen. Thank you very much. Justin. Yeah. All right. Craig, you can hear me. All right. To Johnny. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that all right. Loud and clear from Days. All right. James the Trucker. I like that name. Winston, what's up, man? Matthew Smith, NASCAR Boy 48. It's Jimmy Johnson, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Figures.
Now, he retired,
Kidding.
right?
Did he? Good. No, I'm kidding. For all you Jimmy Johnson fans out there, I'm kidding. Jay Cannon, how's it going, man? Carl, James Trucker, Prime Flatbed Gang, right on. I ran into two people just today and yesterday that were switching from flatbed to reefer. So I know it's easier work. It's a little bit less money, but it's okay. But hey, if you're happy in flatbed, that's good. And it's a great experience in flatbed too. You can always do hot shotting much later on. Pitbull Trucker, how's it going, man? Keith, all right. Keith says, hello, JJ. Thanks for you and two other YouTubers for inspiring me to get my CDL. Right on, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Justin Jordan, hello. There we go. Trucker John, TJ, glad you could make it, buddy. Right on. That's John Clary.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Twitch, howdy, folks. All right. Redneck from Washington. There you go. Hey, JJ. Let's see. Tony Williams. Hey, Dustin. Was my recruiter almost done with my 30,000? Tony Williams says, hey, Dustin. Was my recruiter almost done with my 30,000?
Maybe he's saying that I was his recruiter and he's almost done with his TNT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right
awesome.
on. Right on, Tony. You're lucky. I had to go through 50K.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in that weird little window. 50K, 50,000 miles. That was too long. Let's see. Zach, what's up, man? Mr. Nader says, hey. Glenda, glad you can make it, Glenda. Love your video. Thank you all truckers for your service and be safe. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know why these keep trying to disappear on me here. All right. Here we go. Dio has a good question here for you. Are y'all recruiting from Florida?
Yes, we are.
Oh, but wait. Only North Florida, right?
Nope. All of Florida.
Wait, no. You mean just north of Lake Okeechobee?
Nope.
Right? No?
Even Miami.
Even Miami, everybody.
Yep.
All of Florida is wide open. That's it. Might be underwater, but that's okay. Might have sinkholes everywhere. That's okay. We are recruiting for all of Florida now. It's all open. Yes. All right. Where'd that chat go? That chat window keeps disappearing on me, guys. Gotta find a way to get that pulled up. There we go. All right. OTR Vic, what's up, JJ? What's up? Justin Service says, getting loaded here in California, going home after this. Right on, Justin. Man, that's a good feeling, isn't it? Being able to go home after a load. Mr. Nader, hey, JJ. Hey, Mr. Nader. James Trucker, good comeback here. He's the one that we were talking about flatbed. He says rather do flatbed for a set sleep schedule and easy truck parking. Yeah. It's easy truck parking until you have to back in somewhere. Let's see. Dwayne says going as an A seat. What's the orientation stuff for the A seaters?
Okay, so it's just going to depend. So Dwayne, are you running flatbed, tanker, or refrigerated? It'll just kind of depend on and what location you're going to, and I can definitely try to narrow that down for you a little bit.
Okay. Generally speaking, what's the just the general orientation process?
Usually it's going to depend. Let's say if it's refrigerated, you're going to have probably a 3-day orientation. For the most part, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We also start Wednesdays as well. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We also start an orientation even on Fridays. So and then clear on Monday. So it just kind of depends on which day you start. Of course, you want to make sure you bring either your birth certificate or passport. Of course, your CDL. That's going to be my main things that I would have you guys bring.
The CDL permit.
Well, if he's an AC, he's coming in as a.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's
So.
it. And then after orientation, you get your truck.
In your truck.
And you go. That's it. Boom. No TNT training. Nothing.
Nothing. Yep. Get in your truck and go.
I remember being in orientation. I got there were 3 A-seaters coming in. 2 were rehires.
Nice. Yeah.
And one was from another company. And yeah, I was so jealous that they were getting their truck right off the bat. I'm like, and I got to go through all the training.
Yeah, I always love rehires too. It's always good to see people again and be like, I left for a little bit, and Prime's where it's at.
Oh man! So how often do we get rehires?
Oh, every week.
Every week?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, people just thought the grass was greener on the other side.
Or maybe take a little bit of a break, or there was one time I had a guy that he left. And he had came back. He had been gone for probably about 5 years. Went to a lot of different companies. And then he told me, I went and picked him up at the airport. And then he came in for an AC. And he was like, Prime. He goes, I made a mistake. He goes, I was always looking for the next Prime. And he goes, I promise I will never leave now at this point. And he goes, I tried to find everything else, and he goes, there's no other company as good as Prime that he had went to during that. And it was like 5 years. He had ran here for, I think, around 5 years before, and then left for about 5 years and then came back. Yeah, so.
Right on, man.
And guys, a little bit about myself. I've been here this year, actually in September. I'm getting ready to hit 8 years here at Prime, and love it. Definitely, I have a lot of family that works here as well, so.
Right on, man. All right. Let's see. I can't pronounce Tinsaw Lake Runner, I'm guessing. Says I'm 50 years old and was thinking about getting my CDL, but work in the steel industry, making $80K a year. Will I make the same or more with Prime? I work 4 days off, I work 4 days on, 4 days off. So, that really depends on you.
Yeah. That's the same.
As a company driver, you'd probably have to run pretty hard to really clear 80,000. I'm talking pre-tax, before taxes, before insurance and 401ks and all that stuff. It's doable, but it's going to be hard as a company driver. But as an owner op or lease op, it's doable. If you are willing to put in the hours and the work and everything, by all means, it's doable. Especially this year. This year's nuts. I think this year's going to be maybe an anomaly the year. But so far, I'm on pace. Now, keep in mind, it's on pace. If everything continues on for the rest of this year, I'm on pace to make 6 digits. So yeah, not bad. And age doesn't matter, by the way.
Yep.
Being 50.
Nope, totally fine.
I'm 48, so no worries there, man.
You probably won't have the 4 days on, 4 days off.
Yeah, that's true. That's it. You'll have 7 days on, 0 days off, and but then you can take a week off here. I'm on my 5th week off of the year already. So, but yeah, all the other times though, I'm out there working. Let's see, Flatbed Family. Hey, I was talking about you earlier. I don't know if you heard it, but he says it was awesome meeting you yesterday. Thanks for the merch, man. Appreciate the advice on reefer. You bet, man. Let's see. Dwayne says the sinkholes here in Florida are our favorite secret. Oh man. Trucker John will be at the SLC terminal, Salt Lake terminal tonight. So if you're going to be at Salt Lake, run into Trucker John, say hi to him.
Yeah, so how's the new terminal out there?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I haven't been.
Oh, it's nice. It's like a smaller version of this.
Okay.
But new.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful. It just looks so nice. I'm very happy with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very happy with it. Jay Cannon says, question for you or the recruiter. His name's Dustin, by the way.
Yep.
Dustin Hensley. It says, can you still hire someone if they recently expunged a ticket?
Just depends. If a ticket is expunged, I have people ask me all the time or tell me something's expunged, but it's actually not. Like if it is truly expunged, then I mean it shouldn't probably. I would think
show up.
If you have it fully expunged on there, I would think, I mean, obviously I would have to see it, I mean, the application and everything and look over everything, but it shouldn't be on your driving history at that point, from my understanding.
There you go. Matthew Smith, smart aleck. When are you going to start recruiting from the UK?
Yeah, probably. I would doubt ever.
Yeah, I mean we would have to join the EU, and then the UK would have to rejoin the EU, and it's a whole thing.
And even if it was from the UK, you wouldn't be dealing with me.
Let's see. Keith, your question got cut off. Maybe you asked it later. Oh, here it is. I was curious if Prime would ever get into the LTL side of freight instead of FTL. I'm currently employed with a small local family-owned LTL company. Do you know?
That I have no idea on that part of it. That's nothing that I would have an answer for.
It's really hard to say. I mean, we started off as reefer, then now we got flatbed, now we got tanker, now we got intermodal, now we got some regional stuff. So, Rob is always, our owner here, Robert Lowe, he's always adding stuff, switching things up and growing and growing and growing. So it's been 50 years for Prime and they've done a lot. So who knows what the next 50 years are going to hold. Not to say it's going to take 50 years to get to LTL, but you never know. Melanie says, greetings, JJ from South Africa. Right on. Frederick, how to become a truck driver? Simple. Go to driveforprime.com, fill out an application. Make sure you use my driver code as a referral. It's PAUJAJ. And not only will you get some JJ the Trucker merch from me, that's right, you can get free JJ the Trucker merch. I've got shirts, I've got hats, all kinds of stuff, beanies, all kinds of stuff. Free JJ the Trucker merch for using me as a referral. And anyways, you fill out that application. Doesn't cost a thing. It's free, no obligation. And Dustin or somebody like Dustin will give you a call.
Yep.
They'll talk to you, hopefully bring you on into the Prime family. Prime has a wonderful training program. You get your CDL through Prime. You get full training through Prime. And you get a truck through Prime.
Yep.
It's awesome.
And guys, just make sure and put his name on there, because I'll have people call in, or he might call, hey, this person was referred, said they were referred. Just make sure and list his name on there.
Yeah, JJ Paulson, Paulson, and JJ is 2 J's. That's it. All right. Let's see. Dwayne said, is there any, or is it true there's a pretty cool simulator for the skills eval for A-seaters?
Yeah, so I mean, you've seen it later, like the ones in orientation.
Yeah,
Yep.
It is a pretty cool simulator. It's like going to Dave and Buster's. It's
I think
pretty realistic.
I think they cost about as much as a truck.
Probably. But yeah, they're pretty cool simulators, and each terminal has one in its training. Let's see. Rich says, I'll be ready around August. I'll be calling Prime. Right on.
Awesome. Give me a call.
PAUJAJ. And what's your number?
Yep, 417 521-3905. That's my direct line.
There you go. All right, and I'll have you repeat it later on too.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's see. The Joker says, still wanting to do my CDO because of your videos, but still having issues, but hope one day. I hope one day too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully one day issues will go away and you'll be all right, man. Let's see. All right, so I get this question a lot. AA is asking this one. What should I do to get a job as a truck driver in Prime because I'm from India? So I get questions about, I'm from this country, I'm from that country. What can they do to come on over here and work?
Yeah, absolutely. So usually, like whenever, we'll run across that, and I see applications, you need to be here for at least, hold your United States driver's license for at least a year. And then, at that point, we'll look over, of course, driving history, job history, and background during the year and stuff too. But yeah, absolutely. Just need to be here, hold a U.S. driver's license for at least a year and be driving here in the States. Now, I would say, now if you come here and get a license and then leave and then not drive here in the States.
That'd be good. Yeah. But there's no realistic way for them to be able to just move from another country on over and start.
No, I don't know if it's a DOT requirement or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, we would want to see them hold their U.S. driver's license for at least 1 year.
And it makes sense because driving here, you really have to understand how to drive here in the United States. The street signs, the way of how people drive. It's different in every country. It's different in every state.
Yeah,
it really truly is. But you really want some experience on American roads before just hopping into an 80,000 pound truck. With the trailer. Yeah, exactly. Are the loads paid by the mile or percentage? Perry asks.
So that will depend if you are a company driver or if you're a lease driver.
Yep. So company drivers get paid by the mile. And lease operators, owner operators get paid by the percentage. And those numbers vary depending on which division you're in, reefer, intermodal, flatbed, tanker, etc. If you have any specific questions, Drive for Prime has all of the numbers broken down. They don't hide anything.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too.
Guys, if you guys call me or anything too, I will be upfront and honest with the numbers and the expectations. I get calls every week that people went to another company or something too, and then they were like, hey, they lied to me. It's not what I want you guys to have a great experience here. I definitely like people to be happy, just like JJ. Still here years later.
Exactly. All right, some of these comments, because I'm getting way behind and we're only going to be here for a total of 30 minutes. Some of these comments I'm going to be skipping over. But Foddy, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bernard D, waiting on birth certificate. Should be getting TWIC card. Should I get my TWIC card before I apply?
So I will tell you with the TWIC card, usually I think you have to send off for your passport or I think you have to mail off like your birth certificate. So that just depends. It just depends on the reason that you're wanting to get your TWIC card. And sometimes, that's something that we could look at. If you call me, and then I'll go over that with you if you need to obtain that, if you've already applied with us. But a TWIC card is definitely something that we require.
Yeah, I got mine before I started. I found it to be a lot easier because I had more time to deal with it. I had to mail off my birth certificate for my passport, but not for my TWIC. Okay. Now, you don't have to have your passport to get your TWIC, but it makes it a lot easier and less expensive if you have your passport already. Yeah. So I did my passport first, got my passport, then got my TWIC card. It was nice, convenient, and easy. Let's see.
And the TWIC cards to allow you in and out of ports, correct?
Yeah, in and out of ports and similar places.
Yep, because people ask what that's for sometimes. Yep.
So. Dio says, I've been driving for 27 years, all local in the state of Florida. Would I have to go with a trainer, and if so, how long?
Yep. So with running local, I would consider local what our safety department would consider would be running less than 6 states. And then, so if you're running still, 53-foot trailer or something, you would go out with a trainer, and it would be for a total of 15,000 combined miles in TNT training. And that would still pay good. You'll start out at $900 a week, and that's guaranteed as long as you're available to drive there.
Okay. Dwayne says, I'm going lease. Is it possible to also be a trainer? Is that reserved for company? And how long do you have to be working for Prime before you can train?
So that'll depend on how much experience that you have. And then a lot of that, your fleet manager will look at it and see, a lot of times if you're coming in and you have a good safety record, have at least a year experience, I think it's kind of the timeline they were kind of looking for. And then 60 days here, you need to be here for at least 60 days.
Yeah. But I know a lot of lease drivers that absolutely are trainers. So yes, you absolutely can do that.
Yep.
Let's see. Frederick asks, what happened if you have a criminal charge? Can you still get your CDL license?
So I'm sure you could probably still get your CDL license. As far as getting hired on, it's just going to depend on what the charge was when everything was completed for it. But I'd be more than happy. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of basic, but I'd be more than happy to go over those with you as well.
Okay. Let's see. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate that. These 8 years. Oh, while I'm looking through these, you started mentioning it. We've got a new pay structure for the training. Okay, and I mentioned it a couple videos ago, but this is the guy that really knows the stuff. So why don't you tell us all about that?
So used to whenever like if you're coming in, it's going to depend. I mean, our pay is increased for all of the TNT training, which I love because it makes it, some people, it's a dream to do this job or something, but maybe they couldn't financially afford it. And now, sometimes the $100-$200 a week difference helps out. I mean, I know I would love to have an extra $100 or $200 a week.
Right.
So, all right. So whenever you go from the PSD phase, which is the prime student driver, to the TNT phase, that's whenever you pass your CDL. Whenever you pass your CDL with us, you'll go from that $200 weekly advance. You'll go to $900 a week now at this point. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then. Nice. Yeah, and then so coming in for the doing this, if they come in with graduating from a CDL school, then it's going to the CC, which is at $800 a week for the first month.
So another benefit to coming to Prime to get your CDL instead of going through a third-party school is you get paid $100 more a week while you're in training, and you've got 10 or 15,000 less miles.
You'll have, so now whenever you upgrade from RTNT, it's 10,000 less miles. It's 40,000 combined miles. Guys, that is combined miles. That's the mileage between the trainer and you.
Yep. All right. Rumor has it Prime does hair follicle tests.
I'm not going to go into that. We don't disclose that,
okay.
At least on that part, but yeah.
All right. Let's see. Wolfgang says, so basically what he's trying to say is, if you're worried about passing a hair test, this may not be the right job for you. So
it just depends.
I'm just be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I don't necessarily know on there. I mean, that's not something that I'm involved in with the drug testing on there, so I can't really tell you on that.
There you go. Wolfgang says, I'm 61 and retired. Yeah, that's nice. Good job to be a company driver for a single guy. Want to get out of California and see more of the freer states. He didn't call it California either, but anyways, I'm going to answer that. Yes, especially for a single guy. The hardest part about truck driving is leaving your family.
Yeah.
Leaving your family behind. If you're a single guy like me, hit the road. And I'm from California too. I know exactly what you're talking about. And all these states are so wonderful out here. They really are. California is its own country. The rest of the states are great. So yes, absolutely. Let's see. Tia, best thing to do would be to contact the recruiters again on that one. TJ, yes, I will. All right, Elias, and I've gotten a few of these questions about, can hire out of this state or out of that state, or this the state only company, the state only lease. I'll go into that a little.
So what's the question on there when you join Prime?
Yeah, I want to join to go lease, but I heard New Jersey residents can only go company. Still the case?
That is still the case right now.
Okay.
Yep. So out of New Jersey, yeah, it is only company drivers.
Okay. All right. Generally speaking, though, I mean, there are a lot of different states out there, a lot of different rules. Some companies, some lease, option only, and some are very dependent on even the division you want to go through. So if you got a question about a specific state, best thing to do, give this guy a call or give any of the recruiters a call. And what was that number once again?
417-521-3905.
All right. James Trucker says, can you choose a fleet manager?
That I don't actually get to be a part of that. To who the fleet manager is,
you can request a fleet manager if they're booked solid. They already have enough people, then you won't be able to get them. But yeah, you can certainly request a specific fleet manager. That much I know. I'll just say John Greenlee, awesome fleet manager. He does. I can say that because he doesn't watch these things. He doesn't. He's my fleet manager, but he's
I've
really
talked
good
with him a few times. He's not at this location.
No, he's in Salt Lake. But yeah, he's good. All right, Jay says, definitely sounds like the recruiter he needs right there. Dysprosium, I can't pronounce that one. Johnson says, I passed you in the hallway yesterday and I was like, is that JJ the trucker? Guess it was. Yes, it was. See me again. I'll be here all week. Let's see. Fadi says, are there Arabic trainers?
I mean, there's so. I mean, we have. I would think probably on there. I mean, as far as I don't get to pick your trainer or set you up with a trainer, that's not something that I'm a part of. But
that's done through orientation and everything. But yeah, you can certainly request. It depends on their availability, etc. But yeah, we've got all nationalities and everything here. So.
Yeah, coming up to Prime is definitely very diverse, especially for all of Springfield. It's completely different up here.
It really is, and that's fantastic, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. And the truck designs too. The trucks, because if you're an owner op or a lease op, you get to put your own graphics on the truck and everything. And yeah, you can be, you can show your heritage pride on your truck if you want. You can do a lot, with that. I see that all the time too.
Yeah, so there was one here a while back that I did see an article in the Prime Ways magazine that had the color shifting paint. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
It was an amazing truck.
Oh, that's a lot. Mike Moore says, can you work at Prime if you can't get a passport?
So usually they will want you to get a passport on there. From my understanding, we require a passport is what they tell me.
Okay.
On that part of it.
That's changed. It was suggested when I came in, but I guess they're requiring it. It's weird though because, well, I can't say I've never needed to use it. I was in training, and we were going from upstate New York to Michigan, and my trainer, while I was sleeping, decided to just follow the GPS and ended up crossing over Niagara Falls area near Buffalo and ended up in Canada accidentally. Yeah, I had not picked up my passport yet. I had it. It was sitting at home in the mail, but I hadn't picked it up. He didn't have one. Man, that was crazy trying to get back to the U.S. We had to go through a process, interviews, the whole nine. They had to scan the truck. It was nuts.
I know that's pretty intense. I drove up to Canada one time, and it's definitely intimidating. Especially both ways. It was intimidating for me going both ways. I was just driving a car.
Yeah. But other than that, they've never sent me to deliver in Canada or Mexico, but apparently there are some deliveries in those states that we can make, but I just never have. Let's see. James the Trucker regarding California, give these guys a call. Again, depends on situations and all that stuff. So let's see. Same for you, Richard. Here we go. Jay Cannon. Good question. Hey, Dustin, does Prime help pay for transportation fees to get to the terminal?
Yes, absolutely, Jay. So I've got a few different options. I don't know if you guys have looked at rental cars right now, but they are very hard to get. I can usually only work with one company, which is Enterprise. And then If it's further out, sometimes we can get those. Rental cars have been really hard to book though. So we have, I can always do a bus ticket. That's the most reliable transportation that I provide. If you guys drive your own car in, I can reimburse you for fuel. And then, or if you guys have somebody drive you in yourself, I could also, work out maybe paying you got have you guys pay that driver or something, and we could possibly look at reimbursing for that too. Maybe
Nice.
you give your friend $100 or something to drive you up for orientation. We have long-term parking. Not everybody wants to leave their car here, so maybe have a family member drive up, or we can always reimburse you fuel, or if you fly in. But we can always pay for a bus ticket. We can try to do a rental car. They've just been really hard to book, so I definitely would not try to rely on that.
There you go. There you go. But no Ubers or Lyfts across 3 states, right?
Yeah. No, I could not refund that. That'd be a lot of money. I've seen one, like, I don't know, it's like a $10,000, not here, but on a
Okay.
video, it was like a $10,000 Uber bill. I think some football players paid somebody to go across a bunch of
Wow, I'd
states.
love to have been that Uber
Yeah.
driver right there, man. All right. So AA, good question, says by passport, do you mean a U.S. passport or will a passport from their native country work?
So I don't know on that. I can't answer that question. I'm not sure. I know
Yeah.
that like with a passport, like from native country, if you've got, I'm assuming, I guess it just depends on what documentation that you have. I know people have like an out of country passport and stuff before too.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know. I'm assuming
I
that would
would
be
think a
okay.
passport would be a
Yeah, I
passport,
would think so
but
too.
all right. So best part, just go through it, sign the application and give it a shot. Doesn't cost anything. All right. Let's see. Nicholas, can veterans, first of all, thank you for all the veterans for your service. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Can veterans use GI Bill benefits during training, and what incentives does Prime have for veterans?
So can't use the GI Bill. Our training program, I don't think is compatible with that. But the for the veterans on there, instead of a 1 year contract, it's a 9 month contract. So we shorten up that contract for prior veterans.
Okay. And the contract you're talking about
Is
is
like for the Prime Student Driver program. Yep.
so basically the Prime Student Driver or the CDL course
Mm-hmm.
is free. Okay, it's not free, but if you drive for Prime for 1 year, that includes the training.
Yep.
Okay, the TNT training. If you're with Prime for 1 year, then it's waived.
Yep. Then
It's
it's
completely
forgiven.
free. For veterans, 9 months. That's it.
Yep.
And let's face it, if you can't stick with the company for a year, come on, man. It's 1 year. It's not that long. So yeah, definitely worth it. Absolutely. Let's see. And veteran drivers. Another thing we can say about veterans or military is they can come in at 18, can't they?
I don't know on that part. That I don't get to process anyone like that.
Okay.
So I know that.
So I heard it from either Rob or one of the big shots in one of the safety meetings
Yeah.
that military veterans if they got their CDL in the military at 18, between 18 and 21, then yeah.
There is a certain program, I'm not familiar with it. I've heard of it. I've never, obviously, I can't process anyone like that, but I think my manager had a few, I think it was last year or something like that, I know they were working on. I don't know all the details of it or anything or how that would work.
Okay. What time we got?
Yeah, we're fine. Go ahead. Yeah, we're
Okay.
good. I can keep going. We'll make sure.
Okay. Will Crump Jr. says, are there Prime drivers that wear hearing aids?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would say, I have no idea. The
Yeah.
front driver.
I mean,
I would leave that
yeah.
up to, if your DOT physical, your DOT physical doctor would determine that or not.
Yeah, and you
Yep.
get your DOT physical before coming to Prime anyway.
Yeah, if you're coming through the student driver program.
I
Yeah.
know that you have to pass a whisper test, which is they stand a few feet behind you and whisper some things. You have to repeat it. But they do a vision test as well. And if you're wearing glasses, yes, you have to wear the glasses, as you're driving. It's put on your license. But I would guess, and it is just a guess, that it would be the same for hearing aids. But You may want to talk to a DOT physical doctor just to confirm that. How many endorsements required to start for Prime? Fadi asks.
So yeah, if you're coming in with your are you coming in with your permit, or I mean, either way, I guess what I would consider an endorsement would be like a tanker endorsement.
Yep.
That would be like an endorsement. Guys, that's easy to get. It's 20 questions.
Tanker and combos.
Yep. So general knowledge, air brakes, combination, and tanker.
Yep. Those are the only four you need, and the combo is the endorsement, and the tanker is the endorsement. All of them are easy. Tanker, even if you're not going into tanker, sometimes we are hauling loads with
the liquid bulk containers.
Liquid bulk containers that's sloshing around. So it's good knowledge to have anyway. And again, it's super easy. Really easy.
Yeah,
it's like
you got to get 16 questions right out of 20.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Later, Jay. Let's see. So Brian Sparkman says, can I use a referral code for a non-driving job with Prime?
That would have to, I don't know. I mean, I don't, my canons, that's going to be not through me. That would be through human resources probably. Yeah. If he's going through like an in-house position or something, he'd have to ask human resources department. Yeah. I only handle the driving side. I don't handle any of the in-house positions like the tractor shop or anything like that.
Yeah. I have not heard of anything like that. And it always talks, the referral program does talk about first dispatch and stuff like that. So I would imagine that it is just for drivers, because those are the positions we need the absolute most. We need drivers. This company is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. We've got a new terminal being built in Minooka, Illinois now. Looking forward to that. That'll be convenient.
Have you been up by there?
No, I haven't.
No,
I haven't. Yeah. Not yet. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that coming along. So we need more drivers. Always need more drivers. So I think that's pretty much the focus when it comes to the referrals. And my chat keeps disappearing on me. Let's see. All right. So we are coming about to the end. So I'm going to get to about 3 more questions, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. And it's not that I want to end it, but he's got a job to do.
Yeah, I got a job to do. I got to make money.
He's got to make money. And the phones are ringing off the hook right now.
Yes, they are, absolutely.
That's good. All right, OTR Vic says, I have 4 years OTR experience. I hope so with that name. And am I able to come in as a trainer for Prime?
So I wonder if you've worked at Prime. Maybe you could possibly do it a little bit faster. Can't answer that 100%, but usually somebody coming in with even prior experience, they would want them to be here for at least 60 days.
Yeah, at least, because you got to learn the Prime processes, our macros, our check-ins, check-outs, paperwork, stuff like that, and be able to train somebody confidently on how to do all that.
Yeah.
Andrew says, can you switch recruiters? If so, how would you go about that? They were talking about that. Go to the Prime Facebook or YouTube channel, either one, and they just talked about it 2 weeks ago in the July 2nd, I believe it was, safety meeting. Go through, watch that video. They talk about that specifically. There's somebody in charge there that you can contact. It's got their number and everything in there. And by the way, anybody who's watching can go watch those videos, which is cool about Prime. They're very open about everything. Mm-hmm. It's a safety meeting for all the drivers and everybody. And you can watch it. It's live every Friday.
Yep. Awesome. A lot of information out there.
So Max 710, contact the recruiters for that, because that's a specific question that they'll need to get more info on. Let's see. John says, time to hit the Millennium Building and get some great food. Get back to work, you two. Yeah, I know. And I'll be back in that building in a little bit too. So look for me. I'll probably run into you because I'm going to be going to the embroidery shop to pick up more JJ the Trucker merch. Which, by the way, get free JJ the Trucker merch by using my referral code PAUJAJ. Put my name on there, JJ Paulson. And it'll be awesome, man. You get free JJ the Trucker merch. I will leave it in the embroidery shop for you. Or if you have a mailbox here at Prime, yes, Prime Terminal has mailboxes.
Yep.
Yeah, so get a mailbox, and I'll leave it in your mailbox for you. All right. Lewis, how do you get out of the huge traffic jam I-70 West going into Indianapolis?
Ways.
Don't hit that red button that's on the dash. It'll sprout wings on the truck, and you can just fly through it, fly over it. Let's see. Keith, what hat are you wearing? The JJ the trucker hat. That's right. 2 different logos, people. So you choose your logo. The Dragon Shield or the Flying Dragon. It's the same stuff that's on my truck. That's it. Right on. All right. So I think we are going to wrap that up. Dustin, thank you very much.
Thank
man.
you.
That is awesome.
Last year I didn't get to see you during quarantine. We've been talking for the last year about meeting up, and this is actually my first day back in the office.
Really?
And, yeah.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yeah, it
Man,
was. Yesterday I wasn't even here.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
it's fantastic meeting you finally.
yes, for sure.
That talking on the phone a lot of that.
Yeah.
I follow up on all the recruits that utilize my info, because I want to make sure to get some merch out, and
Yeah, he's
give
great
you guys a
about
thanks,
that.
man.
Yeah.
So and I know I'm not quite the top recruiter out there, but we'll just say top 5 maybe.
Yep, sure.
All right, awesome.
So
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, you can rewatch this if you missed the beginning. It will be posted. Facebook or YouTube does take its time in processing it, so it might not be for a while, but it's all right. It'll be there. Just set a reminder. All right, later everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, I gotta go way over here now to turn this thing off.